I've done this intro like 4 times and I still can't get it right. I'm just not like a professional professional YouTuber. But welcome to my channel. I'm Alia, and today I will be sharing what's in my climbing bag. And of course, these are some of the things that I got when I made that intention to start climbing more seriously. And of course, this goes without saying that you don't need all the things that I have. You know, you can work with what you have. But these are just some of the things that really helped me start taking the sport more seriously. So we'll start off with my gym bag. I use the Adidas hot yoga bag. And it's definitely meant for a hot yoga session, but I used it for my climbing session. And you can just use any bag, but I bought this on purpose because it was so pretty and I felt like I wanted to treat myself. And this is how the bag looks like from the outside. You can see that there's like this scallop design, and what really caught my eye is actually the lilac lining inside. And what's nice about the inside part is that it has all these compartments so that, for example, on days where I actually work for a while in the gym before I start climbing, I can bring my laptop and its charger as well. And it can fit in nicely along with my chalk bag, as well as my climbing shoes and change of clothes, as well as water. So that's nice. I really like that it has compartments inside, because compared to like a regular duffel bag, I think first of all, it wouldn't be as pretty, and second of all, there usually isn't that many compartments. And I love my bags with compartments, so that was a winner for me. And on top of that, you can actually adjust the straps of the bag so that it can either be longer or shorter depending on the weight of the bag that you're carrying. So if you're carrying something and you feel that, oh, it might be more comfortable if it's longer, then you can just adjust the strap. And if you feel that you can be a bit shorter, then you can adjust the strap as well. So yeah, I think I really felt like, oh, one more thing that I really like about this bag is also that it has like this zipper at the side, but I feel like it's kind of hidden, like the way that they have designed it is kind of hidden. And okay, this one does not have a zipper, which I was a bit disappointed with because I thought both sides would have zippers. But anyways, it only has a zipper on one side, but I think it's nice because you can actually put in your more private stuff, like your underwear, like a change of underwear. You can just like zip it up, and it's not like part of the whole design. It's not very obvious, so people won't know that you have like an underwear in there. And okay, the way it's designed is that you can actually see that there's like a thing that's in the middle here, right? So it's originally designed to put in a yoga block, but what I do is actually I put in my gym clothes in one square, and I put in my chalk bag and shoes in another square, so that if I have anything clean, I don't have to get it mixed up. So that's the bag that I use. I've been really liking it so far. No complaints, I think, but I do feel that even though it has compartments, I do feel that there should be a bit more like zippers inside the bags itself, so that, let's say, if I'm putting in my wallet, I can actually like hide it away from people seeing it. But so far, pretty good bag. Okay, the second thing that I felt was necessary in really taking climbing seriously is, of course, climbing shoes. And I think this was the one that I took the longest time in deciding, because it felt like such a big commitment. But honestly, when you do the math, it's much more worth it to buy your own shoe than renting shoes every time you go, and especially if you like to go pretty frequently. And the shoe that I have are the Evolve DeFi. And this is kind of a funny story. I love this shoe, but it's a kind of a funny story because I originally wanted to get the Evolve Electra because I felt that the red color is so cute, and I would stand out, because if you go to the climbing gym, and there's not that many options in Malaysia, because I feel that climbing is still pretty niche. And almost everyone has the same shoe, and initially I didn't want to get these ones because I felt like, oh, everyone has that pair, it's gonna look like everyone else's, and that's why I wanted the Evolve Electra, because it looked a bit different than the others. However, they didn't have it in my size, and I went to a few gyms and didn't have it in my size. And one of the person there actually suggested that I go for the Evolve D5. Um, and I think I've fallen in love with it a lot more than I thought I would. So I got this in the size EU39, which is actually my normal size for regular shoes. And the reason why I bring that up is because when people go shopping for climbing shoes, their general advice is to size down. But I believe that with the Evolve DeFi, they design it in such a way that people don't usually size down. They usually get the size that they are already wearing. And what I like about these shoes is that they are comfortable enough. And by comfortable, I mean that my toes are actually snug together without it like hunching too much, because when I was trying out some of the Electra, my toes like almost hunched because the size was a bit too small for me. So so when I was trying out the D5, it was just nicely snug. It wasn't like hunching too much, and yeah, it was snug in my toes and also my heels. And how they test it is that they actually make you step on like this triangular thing so that you can kind of experience how it feels like if you're stepping on the poles. And yeah, I do feel that these shoes are really good for me because I'm able to kind of like pivot on holes, and like I'm able to like switch my foot pretty easily, and it does give that sort of like smaller surface area to work on without compromising on comfort. And I do believe that a lot of beginner climbers really like this shoe as well, just because of how they design it really well. It's really comfortable, and it doesn't compromise on enabling your skills, if that makes sense. Because some of the rental shoes, I believe, they're a bit too like your toes are not snug together. They're a bit too like kind of relaxed, and you can't really like do proper foot movements with those kind of shoes. But with these shoes, it's just nice. I think it has the right balance of comfort and also enabling you to actually carry out the right climbing techniques. I can't speak. One more thing that I forgot to mention, and why I actually really love my own shoe, is because I customized it. I mean, can you see this? Do you see these flowers? They don't come with the flowers. Evolve doesn't do this. They're not like what's that brand? Crocs. So what I did, and I was like, how do I make myself different from the others? I was like, maybe I can put some Velcro flowers, and I bought some Velcro, and from Shopee, and like I bought many different flowers, and I just decided to go with this because it matches with my climbing bag, which I will show soon. So yeah, I think I have the cutest shoes in the gym, and I can say that with like 80% certainty. Right, the last item which I felt was essential in me taking the sport more seriously is a chalk bag. So when I first started climbing, I never thought about having my own chalk bag because I just borrowed from my friends, or I don't know, I just never thought of it being important. But I do realize that it helps. It really helps. Sometimes your hands are just really grimy and just oily, and just like the holds are just too slippery, and using chalk really helps. And when I bought my chalk bag, and when I said I caved because look at how cute this is. This is Alex. Like legit, his name is Alex. I like to pretend it's Alex Honnold. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but the dude who free solos. So this is by 8B Plus. That's the brand of the chalk bag, and it's not cheap. I mean, it's not cheap for a bag, and for a bag that carries chalk. But it is cute, and I initially was influenced by my friend who has the other. I mean, it's by 8B Plus as well, but it's a different design. And what's nice about them is that they actually do these like monster styled chalk bags. So all their chalk bags are cute and just I think it's just very unique. You know, if you're marketing something to me that helps me stand out from everyone else in the gym, I would probably buy it. I am your target audience. But yeah, this is my chalk bag, and it comes with the strap, which I can strap around my waist. Sometimes when I like top rope, or when I'm using the auto belay, I just put this on the harness as well. Put it. I mean, I actually take off the strap when I top rope and auto belay, but sometimes when I'm just going on like different routes and I just need my chalk bag with me, I actually just put it around my waist. It also comes with this. I believe the word is carabiner. Um, and it has the access to the chalk. So what you do, I don't know if you can see this, but what you do is you just like pull it a little bit, and it opens up the hole here, and that's where I keep my chalk, like the actual chalk itself. So you can see that the chalk is in there. I just touch it, I get chalk, does the job. And in regards to the actual chalk itself, I just bought like a generic like chalk ball. I'm not looking for anything specific because I don't believe that different chalk has different quality. I'm pretty sure they're all the same. But I know what some people do is that they put a little bit of essential oils in their chalk bag so that when you like dip your hands in it and then you climb, you can actually have essence of like eucalyptus or whatever, which I might do. But yeah, this is Alex, my bag. So I've shared with you some of the things which I feel are essential in starting out your climbing journey. You've seen what I carry for as my bag, what chalk bag I use, and also what climbing shoes that I use. I'm going to move on to something which I consider as non-essentials. And the first and I call them non-essentials because you don't really need these things to climb. I'm sorry, I'm just checking my mic because it's going. Okay. Yeah, I call them non-essentials because you don't necessarily need these things to climb, but it does help. And I only got these things because they were relatively cheap. And yeah, so one of the things that I have, which I consider is a non-essential, is a brush. This is to brush the holes. So some holes are either really dirty and they're not as the friction has gone a little bit because people have either like touched it a lot or stepped on it a lot, or like they're just not washed regularly. So having a brush kind of like just helps get that dirt off. And I know that a lot of people who buy brushes, they actually buy the ones that are brown in color, and I believe those are actually made of actual hair. Some of them could be boar hair, like BOAR, boar hair, and not sure what the other animal is, but mine is just straight up plastic. It's like 10 ringgit from Shopee. It's a cheap kind. I'm pretty sure I can also use a toothbrush if I wanted to, but I think this is more, I believe this is a little bit more, how to say it, it's a little bit more concentrated, and at least like, it can last a bit longer than a regular toothbrush. So yeah, simple brush to brush off the holes. It fits my chalk bag, so I just put it along with my chalk bag and just use it whenever. It's non-essential because like you don't need this to start climbing. Yes. And my second thing that I carry in my bag every day, my gym bag every day, which is it's okay. This is debatable. I consider it non-essential to climbing, but some people might, and it's actually deodorant. So on top of just my makeup, I actually do bring my makeup bag when I go climbing. Just like, I don't know, I just bring it just in case. But part of my makeup bag I actually have deodorant, and this is, I really like this one. It's a natural deodorant by Skinned, and I believe that's how you pronounce it. Is that Skinned or Skinned? But what I like about it is that it's so small, and like I can just carry it around, and it smells great. They have very interesting scents. This one is, I believe this is the rose scent, but I really like their other one, which is like a, I think it's like a eucalyptus lemon scent or something like that. So that one is really nice. So yeah, those are my two what I consider to be non-essentials, and you can either choose to have it or choose not to have it. It's up to you. So yeah, now you know what I feel are essentials and non-essentials to start your climbing journey. I'm going to share a little bit about some things that are on my climbing wish list. And first of all would be harness. So I mean, renting harness in gyms are not that, it's not that expensive. It's about like 5 ringgit if you want to rent it, and you can use it for however long you want. But I think buying my own harness would feel nice, because I know that, you know, it will fit me nicely and it's mine. And, you know, I know it's, I mean, even if it's dirty, it's my own germs. So one of the things that I might look into is actually getting a harness. And but I think that only for me, that is only justifiable if I feel like I top rope enough, you know. I don't feel like I can buy it and carry it every day if I don't go to gyms that have an auto belay machine or someone to top rope me. Because currently where I go for bouldering, there are two gyms, and one is just a purely like bouldering gym, and the other one actually has a mix of bouldering and top roping slash auto belay. And I kind of like oscillate between the two. I don't really have a gym that I like, you know, I'm loyal to, and it really just depends on how I'm feeling on that day. So that's one of the things that is on my wish list. I'm looking there because I actually have notes. And I think yeah, the second thing that I want on my that is on my wish list is more climbing friendly pants or leggings. So currently I just use like normal leggings, the ones that I currently have, and they're nice. I can move around in them, but I do feel that it's kind of, I do feel that there are more appropriate material to climb in. And what I mean by this is that I feel that the materials that the leggings are made of, it can tear pretty easily, or like if you get a scratch, right, or like if you hit your knee to something, I feel that it's prone to tearing, and I want to make sure that it doesn't, like none of my leggings get torn. I know that some people, okay, so based on some of the YouTubers that I watch, some people really like the Lululemon crop pants. It's the Lululemon Dance Studio crop. So people who, some of the YouTubers that I watch who are into climbing as well, they like those pants. But I know I'm not at Lululemon level yet, nor do I fully want to support that brand. So if, you know, if I'm able to find something similar or something you know, cheaper or more sustainable, I'll probably try to find it or try to experiment with different kinds of pants. But yeah, I think other things that I might change up about my climbing journey is in the kinds of pants that I wear. Because yeah, like I said, I'm just wearing like regular leggings now, which is like there's no issue. I just feel that it could be better. So yeah, so that's another thing which I feel that I want to change sometime in the future. And finally, another thing which I feel that I would want to add on my wish list is this hand cream or like hand balm. There's this YouTuber that I watch. Her name is Jen Sands, and she talks about this hand cream. I forgot what it's called. I'll probably put like a picture somewhere. You know, and basically like the idea is for you to wear it after you're done with your climbing session, so that your hands don't get dry. Or you know, sometimes after I climb, I get like calluses, and it looks like I've been lifting, but I don't have that strength. But yeah, I sometimes I form calluses, and like my tips of my fingers just get really dry, and I feel that it might help with, you know, recovering back the moisture, and like, yeah, and just like revive back my skin after climbing. Again, not an essential, but something that's nice to have. Yeah, so I think those are some of the things that are on my wish list, and some things that I might experiment with as I climb a lot more. So you have seen what I bring in my gym bag. You've seen what I feel are essentials and what I feel are non-essentials, and you also know what's on my wish list. I hope that this video helped in identifying like what you might need, you know, should you wish to start climbing more seriously. um, I know I think for beginners, especially for someone like new to the sport, right, it can be a bit overwhelming on, especially I think on the shoe part, like what sort of shoe do I even get. And I think the biggest tip that I have is to just listen to your feet and just get advice from the people who work at the gyms. They probably know what they're talking about. And I feel that, you know, the shoes and the chalk bag are really like, that's all you need for to start climbing. You don't really need anything else. And, you know, of course, there are things that are nice to have, but I think the joy in climbing is in climbing itself, right? So yeah, I hope that you had some inspiration, or like, I hope this video helped you in any way of thinking about what you might need if you want to start climbing seriously. And I'll see you in the next video.